Welcome to today's tutorial. I'm Cindy Cloward and we are going to be making hot pads from one of our new panels that just came out. It's from a Glamping collection. This is what it looks like. It's made out of our home deck weight fabric. And we've got several images for hot pads, but we also got this image for a tea towel. And the tea towel is really easy to make. You cut it out, roll the corners, sew it. So I'm not going to show you how to make that today, but I am going to show you how to make our hot pads. So you're going to cut, the instructions tell you to cut out all the hot pads on the dotted line, and that's what they look like. And you'll need to get some coordinating fabric to put on the back, but you can see how cute they are. And if you're gonna be actually using them for hot pads, you need some heat resistant batting. And then you're gonna need some regular batting. So I'm gonna move these to the side and let's get started on this project. And you're also going to need a coordinating fabric for the bias tape. So you see I've got some batting here. You can double up your heat resistant batting. So I'm going to double up. And the manufacturer says it doesn't really matter which direction that the heat resistant part, the silvery part. So I'm facing it to the outside on both sides. And then it's sandwiched with the batting. I've got this cute coordinating print on the back. And then on the front, I've got the actual hot pad. And now I'm going to pin this down. And with the other hot pads that we made, we did quilt them across. So this is a really good option to just do straight quilting across. That looks really nice. I don't think I'm going to go to all that work. So I'm going to take it to my machine. I'm going to quilt around this line here, and then I'm going to quilt a 1/4 inch from the outside edge all the way around this hot pad. So let's take it to the machine and sew. I just kind of slowly ease around those curves. Okay, we've sewn that on the inside line and then the outside. Now we need to trim it down to 1/8 of an inch. Just get right up on there. I'm gonna get my longer ruler. Those to the side. Several layers of batting. And then I'm going to trim down with my scissors, especially around these corners. Just make sure it's a little, just with all that bulk, just make sure it's even around all the sides. Okay, let me clean up my workstation a little bit. And this is where you need the coordinating fabric, bias tape. Now, if you're making your own bias tape, we need 1/2 inch. So we start with 2 inches. Again, the bias gives you a lot of stretch to go around your corners. Just, you need to sew all your bias binding together, and then just a quick tutorial on this. We fold it half like this. That gives us our mark. And we're going to fold to the center. There's lots of great bias tape makers out there, but you can just do it on your own. This is how you make your bias tape. So this is what it looks like all even. I've already prepared my bias tape, put on our little quilty tool. We just roll it on out. And it tells you, you're just going to sandwich that in. And I'm going to start right here because we're going to make a little loop for our pot holder. And this is where it matters that you trim down to 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And you can get your quilty clips or use your pins. Let's grab these quilty clips, come in handy. Got all these, a bunch out there. And then with that cut on the bias, that just works around so well, that corner right there. Come in here, we're going to cross that over. I should have left more of a tail on that side, but that's okay. I'll pull it over here. And we're going to make a little, we're going to make an extra tail that we're going to come over and make a loop and end on that side. So I'm going to cut that off. And we're going to make this loop be our little holder. So I'm going to leave a little tail here. So let's take it to the machine and we're going to sew around all 4 sides, and then we're going to finish making this little loop, and then we're going to tuck it back in on itself. So let's go to the machine and sew. Okay, so now as I'm approaching the center, I'm just going to do a quick measure. That's about 8.5. So about 4 1/4 is my center. I'm just going to mark that with a pin. And I'm going to go not quite to my center. I'm going to just leave like a 1/2 inch opening. I'm going to go secure that with a back stitch. Cut my threads there. And then with this, I'm going to have to get a little clip, clip that off. Now I'm going to come off of this and I'm just going to do a top stitch on the rest of this bias tape. So I'm going to take it about right there, almost where it butts up against the top of your hot pad. And be careful not to pull it too hard because it is very stretchable. Okay, so we can bring it back here. This is the marked center. And then just do as big a loop as you want. That's going to be your little pot holder loop. I like it about that. And then you're going to tuck in, you can eyeball it. So that's extra. And then I'm going to tuck in the end, right like that, into the top. So you got your pot holder loop. Actually, I think I want to make it a little shorter. Whatever size you want, it's up to you. So I'm going to tuck that under, and then I'm going to just stitch back and forth, reinforce that, and we're almost finished. So let's take it to the machine and sew. Okay, let's take it over here, grab your snips, clean up everything that needs to be cleaned up. And look how nice and thick that is with 2 layers of heat-resistant batting. If you didn't want it this thick, you could move to 1 layer. But this is a nice project that's ready to go. And thanks for following along on this pot holder tutorial.